Okay, listen. I live, and I'm talking on this part of the show as a resident of the southeast of England.
Kent, exactly, where it's happening, the hotspot. It's also happening in Norfolk, and other places that you don't hear about. You only ever hear about Kent.
All over the country.
Suffolk and Norfolk.
Yeah, well, because we're putting up with loads and loads of people coming in.
You can't say that word.
What?
Norfolk and Suffolk, you can say it like that, but not...
Yeah, Norfolk and Suffolk, yeah. But these criminals are invading the South Coast, and a lot of people don't like it, including one of the MPs down here, who are going on. And one minister, Jenrick, he's going, he's going to, if you talk rubbish.
Well, a lot of them, in France, about 26% get asylum, and here it's like 78 get granted asylum. The standards have changed. It's very easy to get asylum in this country now. You don't really have to... much,
but what they actually say as well is, we're not taking as many as everybody else, but if you look at the size of our country and theirs, we're taking more than enough. And also, if you look at their housing and their health service, in France in particular, works a lot better than ours. That's for sure.
Same cost as well.
Whatever anybody's saying. 0344 499 1000. Noah Khogali is a Conservative councillor who is down here in Kent, and he's going to join us now. Noah, good evening. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I think there's an element here where we need to act with a bit of pragmatism. I would also just say I'm not down in Kent. I'm actually up in Scotland, so I'm probably as far away from the issue as I could possibly get. But I think
hang on. No, hold on. Hold on a moment. It says somewhere you're a Conservative councillor on the side. Well, there we are. Okay, but never mind. You're going to move. Obviously, somebody is psychic around here.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll end up in Kent at some point.
You're not Scottish. Where are you from?
Pardon? So up in Perthshire. So I'm a councillor for.
But you're not from there, are you? And only the very posh Scottish people have your accent.
Yeah, no, I am Scottish.
Oh, you are one of the very posh Scottish people. Confusing. Public school.
Yeah, no, I know. It is something I have to explain sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's go to it now.
Yeah, there's a role for pragmatism here. We've got a ridiculously low unemployment rate in this country now, which is fantastic. But at a time when we're going to see stagnating growth, probably, there is an opportunity here where we've got lots of people who do want to work and lots of parts of the economy now where we need those people. Take the agricultural industry, for example. There's an opportunity here where we might need to, cut back a little bit on the electoral campaigning and the slogans and go, what's actually best for the country here? Berry pickers.
Are they doing that, though? Are they coming off the boats and then going into berry picking?
We're not letting them, and that's, I think, part of the problem, is we need to create an environment where people can come here and work. Part of Brexit, there was an opportunity there where we could create our own immigration system, where we targeted the sectors that people were coming into. People weren't just coming in willy-nilly, or that was the plan. We hoped that they could come and work in certain sectors where we really do need people. There's stories up in Perthshire about farmers having to throw out millions of pounds worth of berries because there's just nobody to pick.
But you think these people just want to come and work, the majority of them?
I'm sure there's lots of them.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, but how much? I mean, do we know what sort of percentage it is? I mean, a lot are Albanians, aren't they? Maybe they are.
Hang on. Ash, just a minute. Right, now, you're Albanian by heritage, obviously Scottish, but Albanian by heritage. Yeah. We're getting, because I live right where this is happening, these people are flooding into the country. They're coming here illegally. They're not coming here from any problems. A lot of them are coming over and over again, and from Albania they could come in a different way. And I have to tell you that I'm not particularly right-wing, but I'm growing more and more that way at the moment, because I am seeing an invasion of young men, not families, young men, who maybe should be staying in their own countries and sorting their own problems out, coming over here for economic reasons. Now, I'm quite happy for them to come here. I live in the Garden of England, and there are we could do with lots of people because Brits are bloody lazy, basically. And there are legal ways that people can come here, and we should be trying to make it easier. If you want to come and work on a farm, we need farm workers. You want to come and work on a farm, then there should be places in France they can go to and come in. But I am not, and I stress this now, and if Ofcom and anybody else want to have a go at me, you bloody well carry on, because I don't give a stuff. I am not having thousands, and we are talking at weekends, thousands of people walking up the beach here in Kent getting stuff given to them, taken to local hotels, now having them moan that they're put in the old airbase at Manston and it's not good enough for them. Don't flipping come here. Listen, we cannot cope with it. It is actually causing, down here in the southeast, a huge problem. Let them come to Perthshire, but don't let them come illegally. These people are paying people smugglers 2, 3, 4 grand to come in. Now, you can smile as much as you like.
He's got a good smile.
But if you carry on smiling that rather ridiculous way with those very white teeth of yours, I am going to get even more angry than I am now.
This is the important bit of distinction, though. It's fine for them to come here. They just need to come here legally. But then we need to expand the ways. If it's necessary that we go, look, again, I'm going to use the agricultural one. We need lots of agricultural workers. If it takes us walking in to those camps in France and going, look, don't risk your life on a dinghy. Don't pay money to the people smugglers. Come here through these legal routes where we set them up. Look, come here.
I agree with that, yeah. But I mean, what about people who've already been refused visas?
I agree with that.
What about those that have been refused visas and then break in? They're criminals, aren't they? Because they've already been refused, so they're breaking in. That is then illegal, isn't it? And what should they be allowed to come in?
No, absolutely. We need to stop people from coming in illegally, and we need to really battle the scourge of people smuggling, because not only is it damaging, especially our coastal communities, but it also puts those people massively at risk, and is a huge factor in modern slavery, because that's where lots of these people are ending up.
Exactly. There's a lot of women who are being trafficked and children.
Absolutely. There's so many horror stories of going into nail salons, for example, and there is, quite frankly, similar scenes as people are reporting to have seen in lots of the camps that are in the UK now, where people are essentially hidden in a little room, being forced to work essentially just so they don't get thrown out the street and become homeless. And it's that kind of thing where we need a bit of humanity and going, right, holistically, how are we going to solve this problem? It's really easy to win elections by oversimplifying everything.
But you're right. We need to set up centres in France and say who wants to, for example, do berry picking and who wants to do that, and then issue the visas like that and bring them safely over. That's exactly right.
Can I just say to both of you, I totally agree. I absolutely totally agree. So why are our government...
I thought this was going to be a bit more feisty.
No, it's
pretty feisty, don't you worry. But you're talking sense. While you're talking sense, mate, it'll be okay. But once you overstep that mark, trust me, people have stormed off the show quite regularly. And by the way, your teeth are not too bad. I'm getting used to them. I thought I was going to have to put new sunglasses on.
It's the ring light. It's the ring light. They're not really that wide.
Yeah. The problem is we should have done that. We could do that. And Breverman coming down here today in a military helicopter and wandering around didn't really do that much good. We need to set up, you're absolutely right, places over there. Anybody want to work in farming? Anybody want to do this? Anybody want to come over and work in the health service? We need people in the health service because, let's face it.
Well, why haven't we done all this? It's obvious now that you say it like that. Why hasn't this been done?
Yeah. I think the issue is that, consecutive manifestos, and probably on both sides of the aisle, this isn't a conservative issue, this is just a politics issue, is we set arbitrary numbers as immigration targets, like saying, okay, we're going to get it down to the hundreds rather than the thousands, when that is an entirely pointless thing to say.
But we know fruit is rotting away. We knew in the EU, when we got out of it, we knew this problem was happening 2-3 years ago, so I don't get why it's not being sorted out.
Because again, I think we've just said we're going to get it to the hundreds without actually looking at the issues that were quite obviously on the horizon. Because this is just an issue in politics, I think, and we've got to have elections, obviously. But when you're looking at the next 5 years, it's quite hard to make a 15, 20 year plan as to how to progress the country forward, and that's a massive issue when these easy wins are on the doorstep.
But there is a criminal.
Shut up. Thank you. We have to go for a break for the news. Now, I enjoyed talking to you, Noah. I thought it might have been a little more feisty. But next time, you never know. Hancock, you looking forward to seeing him on I'm or not? No, Hancock's okay. It's when you write it up with Hunt. Yeah. A new Hancock and Hunt double act is going to be so good. Right. Okay. Are you going to vote for him?
I think it definitely makes sure Matt Hancock eats as many foul things as humanly possible, because it'll just be quite entertaining.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No vendetta against the man, but I think any politician that goes in there should get a hard time of it. It would be quite entertaining, really.
Well,
I think
especially him.
His own association vice chairman said he was looking forward to watching him eat kangaroo phalluses. So I think the rest of the country will probably quite enjoy it.
Do you know, we're going to get you on again, Noah. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much indeed, Noah Khogali, who is a counter-conservative. Look at those teeth. Bloody hell. We
a future MP.
Future MP. I think a future Prime Minister.
Maybe, yeah.
What we'll do is we'll get Chuck to, maybe we can get Chuck to cut a bit of that out and put it on social media and people can see. Look very good. I quite liked it.
What do Scottish people think of posh Scottish people having an English accent? It's odd, isn't it?
Well, do they understand it? That's the question. I don't know. Maybe they'll give us a call, 0344.